you're here. There's a Bruce in the lap.
There's a Bruce in the lap. He's hot. He's a hot boy, but not
There's
the bad.
a Bruce in the lap. There's always a hot boy. I'm a hot boy.
He's a hot boy with a Y, not with an I.
I was thinking about the origin of hot boy the other day, and I totally forgot the whole story of the dude that came up to your work and all that.
I'm a hot boy.
And it made me, that someone, because of how we've made it after all this time, that someone legitimately said they were a hot boy. So, Macy, why shouldn't you write with a broken pencil? Because it's pointless.
Oh, God. Listen, I'm so bad at stupid jokes. It's like I can't get them. I'm too serious of a person to get stupid jokes. I just can't.
Hey, Mace, why do ducks have tail feathers?
I don't know.
To cover their butt quacks.
That one's cute though. I feel like these would all be on those little Crayola popsicle sticks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? That's where I feel like these would be.
I stole them directly from Google because while you were away restarting your router, I just asked Google to tell me a bunch of jokes.
Excellent. So, I'm so glad.
Yes.
I'm glad, you know what? I'm glad we could open the episode with this.
I've totally forgotten how to record a normal episode because we had the spooky-sode, and then in the time between the episode before the spooky-sode and now, we've actually recorded 2 episodes that are very special. And I think we should also open the episode talking about what the listeners can expect for next week and the week after. It's the return of the experience episode. Macy, what did we do?
We have, and it's all I can think about, and I'm really in it now. So we did a second part, a new second chapter of our experience episodes series, finally. And
after a year hiatus,
yeah. And so we're back at it, which is funny because this one was also virtual. So we could have done it the whole time, but whatever. You get set on an idea and you stick to it. So we sat down virtually with Amber Energy Services and got our fucking birth charts done in front of each other. And recorded the whole thing.
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to actually split that up into like the Macy episode, the Charlie episode, and we're just going to play basically what happened. And there's lots of interjections and us kind of agreeing with parts of each other's charts.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
It was extremely, extremely interesting. I also think that maybe we should at some point record a little bit, maybe the episode after the 2 that come out, maybe we'll just talk about it for a little bit, because I'd also like to talk about like where we started as far as our feelings towards astrology and where we are now. And
well, I could say that very, very quickly. I went from being deeply skeptical and not really believing in it to now tying it to everything that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Basically. I've adopted the vernacular. I mean, like literally after a couple of sittings. It's
hilarious because even in us just talking to each other, but also just in my own head through the past like week or so that it's been, I'll see something or I'll be talking to you and you'll just be like, oh, that's because your 9th house is in XYZ or
yeah, like earlier today you bought that Lisa Frank palette and I was like, man, that's that Leo sun and Pisces rising. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah. And then like I keep seeing things that I relate to like my Pisces rising and I immediately think, oh fuck, I gotta send this to Lyra. And then Lyra is sending me a bunch of like Pisces rising memes because we
my God, those stupid cats that she sent us last night for our top 3, those cat memes.
Your Cancer moon meme cat where it was like just biting
a live wire. Yeah. The Cancer moon. Yeah.
Oh man. But if you would like to listen to us get just read to filth by our stars and can we just talk about what a fucking professional Amber is?
She was great. God, she was so good. And she handled us so well, you know, because we're not, we're a lot. to communicate with. And I just feel like she laid us out like books so well, while also like hurting us like cats.
I was going to say she really kept us on track in an amazing and gentle way. I also just want to say briefly that these are probably going to be long episodes.
Oh, they're big boys. Yeah.
At the end of the day, when both Macy and my charts were both done, I asked her, I said, yo, if someone were to like go to your website and book a like intro to your birth chart reading or your natal chart reading, how long do you typically do that? Now, I want to say Macy and I each, 3 hours? It took for us?
A long time. She filleted us. Yeah.
Yeah. She spent so much time really, really going into depth. So I was expecting like 2 hours or something. It was like 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. We just have an ability to make people talk to us for a long time. And also it was for educational purposes. And that's kind of the point of this episode, was like, she goes like, especially your episode. So yours was first. And so in that one, she does a lot of explaining. It was very good explanations of like what these things mean. Yeah. You know? And so like, that's a big part of it.
Like an intro. Yeah.
Yeah. She went in very, very, very deep with us. It was great.
So if you're interested in that is going to be next week and the week after.
Yeah, 21st and the 28th.
And another little fun bit that we've added to this is Macy's going to be editing my episode, and I'm going to be editing her chart reading episode. Yeah. So that we can't do a little cheeky delete,
little convenient removals. None of that. Yeah.
All of it's going in. So anyway, look forward to that. But for today, dude, before we go any further, man, we're going to do something we haven't done in a dog's age. We're going to dedicate this episode to Sandy K.
First thing, God. Now she's back in the atmosphere, Sandy K in her head.
Hey, I was obsessed with that song.
Everyone was. Everyone was. And there's like, Hunter has this very sweet Breakfast Clubby kind of story about that song. Aww. And it's really, really sweet. And so they, like sometimes when you're in high school, like, and it kind of depends, like, there's a few classes you take that just kind of mix everybody together. Like you have to take Spanish, you just kind of see kids that you don't see in like some of your other like especially your upper years of high school, and when you start getting into your hobbies and shit, And so it was like kind of like one of those classes. And so he was like at this table, and Hunter was kind of like a jock, kind of a country jock. He was on the football team, he was a lineman, and like it's a big Texas school. So, but there was like kind of like this like scene girl that was at the table, kind of like a little emo-y, like little artsy scene girl. And then like just like another dude that I don't remember, but they were all very different, like they were all kind of like your different types, cliques.
It's like the nerd.
Yeah. And so for some reason, like, I don't remember why, but like it was like self-study time. It might have been like study hall or something like that. But anyway, you could like play music on your phone. And one of them, it might have been Hunter. I don't remember. I think it was Hunter. Was like someone was like recommending Drops of Jupiter, or it came on, and like the scene girl just immediately, without skipping a beat, it was like it was a compulsion. She went, I fucking love Drops of Jupiter. And so then like this table of like unalike kids just went like, just had this, it just united them, and they just talked about how great Drops of Jupiter was. And I think that's what that song does. Everybody loves Drops of Jupiter.
I still have a major soft spot for it. And what's funny about songs like that is, even if I love the band that the song comes from, and even if I love the song itself, if a song loops and is played continuously on every fucking station you turn to, I will get sick of it. And that's how I feel about, not that one, dude. Mm-mm. Not that one. I could still hear that and be like, get psyched about it.
If I hear those opening piano chords, it's on. It's fucking on, and I'm going to scream out that whole song all the way through, and it's such a fucking joy. I love it so much.
Add that to the list of songs to be played at the Wobah Ball.
Oh my God. Oh, that gave me chills. All of us witches eating our Taco Bell in our weird fucking costumes that are Come As You Are, screaming best soy latte that you ever had with me.
What's he say about fried chicken? There's something about fried chicken.
It's done something sweet fried chicken. Fried chicken. Your best friends always sticking up for you. Even when you're wrong. Yeah. Yep.
I remember I was listening to that song once in the car with my mom, and that line came on. Your best friend's always sticking up for you, even when they know you're wrong. And I remember my mom was like, well, that's not how it should be. If you're wrong,
she fucking would. Tell you. Two-faced fucking Gemini.
A two-faced, and you know what's funny is since our reading, I am now looking at Gemini in a completely different light. Because I've got there's some
a little bit more personal. That's how I am with the Leo shit.
But the thing is, my mom's a Gemini, and what really rung true and struck with that is this, like, it's just, and I didn't even know this about Gemini, but like just talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I so see that with my mom.
And she touched on that a lot. She was just like, it's like a different thing to where, if like, this is like, doing this. Gemini's just talk to talk.
Yeah. It's not like a Gemini who will just like talk to talk,
Or, ask questions just for the sake of asking. They don't care to hear the answer. They just want to ask questions.
But I was like, that is so my fucking mom, dude. My mom, it's like, you know how we talk sometimes about how people have, like we try to guess people's predominant sense,
yes.
Like Hunter will pick things up and smell it.
His is scent.
Mine's hearing. Like I think whatever, like my mom's is just speech. It's just the ability to talk because she's constantly. So it's just funny that little things like that kept happening that totally made me go from I guess.
Dude, you know what, the one that rattled me, and we will have to get off of this, otherwise we'll talk about it for this entire episode.
For sure.
When she talked about the unending and non-running out of steam ability for Sagittariuses and Aquariuses to argue. That shook me. And she was like, they're like the two that will just go and go and go, and neither will back down, but for different reasons. And I was just like, our family is like all Sag and Aquarius, like it's split down the middle. And that's why I want to get into like the family charts, like what she was saying, because I feel like everybody, like even if that's not like the full signs, everybody's got a lot of Sag and Aquarius in this family, and I just think that's great. It makes sense.
You know what else makes sense is your full fucking pack 6th house, dude.
Oh, I know.
Anyway, we gotta move on. This can't happen right now.
Oh, y'all get ready though. We learn a lot about ourselves. You're gonna learn a lot about us. Like we're kind of like laying ourselves bare before you all. But I'm excited about it, and I think a lot of y'all will be like, yeah,
it makes sense. I could tell that. Well, what was interesting is a couple of times Amber herself was like, just to just through listening to the podcast, I could tell that Charlie was, she has to be a Pisces. I thought she was a Pisces rising. Or Macy, I knew you had Leo somewhere, so it's just kind of cool to hear like somebody who knows about shit like that already be like kind of dissecting us. We have to move on. Thank you so much to Sandy K.
Thank you, Sandy K.
So what are we talking about today?
Dude, I have a fat topic for you. It was unexpected. I'm very excited to talk about it. I go down a couple of rabbit holes. You have to sit through some health shit with me. But it is fascinating. I'm talking about okra.
Man, I got feelings about okra.
I know you do. And I do too. And I have more feelings about okra now because there's a whole big part of okra history that is... it was completely unknown to me. It makes total sense, but I view okra very differently now. And it's just a very, very interesting topic. And I had fresh okra for lunch and it was delicious.
Was it out of did you grow it?
I did. I clipped it and then fucking ate it immediately.
For those of you interested in the Charlie hates tomatoes / Macy making Charlie eat a tomato off the vine, that happened. That saga has now I don't want to say come to a close because it was a cherry tomato, so we still have a whole avenue to walk down. But listen here, I'm going to tell you, I'm about 50% more inclined to eating tomatoes.
Because it's fucking delicious right off the vine. It tastes like a fruit to me. Like,
did.
I know tomatoes are fruits, but like when they're from the store, they just kind of taste like watery and kind of tart sometimes, like kind of that. And like, but these are also low acid tomatoes, so they don't have quite that like back of the mouth tang to them. And I just think they're fucking delicious.
Back of the mouth tang.
Mm-hmm. Mouth feel.
Ew. Why? You went full Peter Lewis. Jesus. I'm talking to you about a stone. Oh. Another stone that, frankly, I could have swore we talked. Again, we're at that level where everything we talk about, there's like a 90% chance that we could have already talked about it.
Yeah.
But I swore we talked about this already, and we haven't, unless we named it something else that I didn't control F. But I'm going to talk to you about serpentine.
We have not. We were going to talk about serpentine last year when we were going to go to Anahata's, but we didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was going to be our live show topic.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And I remember some aspects of this from that we were going to work into that thing. Should I not? And we save it for this year?
This is going to be it's at a different property, so I don't know if it's going to have all the serpentine all on it.
Right. Okay. All right. Is it serpentine or serpentine? I believe it's serpentine, right?
Serpentine is what I call it. I don't.
My serpentine. I go first, so I'm going to barrel ahead here.
Go forth and barrel.
I will. I'm going to barrel on with serpentine. So serpentine, aka new jade or false jade.
Oh, that's catty.
Yeah. It's like, what was it? The dumbass cousin of denim? What is it?
It gets worse, dude. Every time you make it worse. Sodalite was poor man's lapis, but also like denim something.
Denim chicken or something, right?
It was not denim chicken. No. I don't remember. It was something dumb though. It was like denim lapis or something. Yeah.
Okay, so new jade or false jade, called that because sometimes people try to get sneaky, and they're trying to sell serpentine out here as jade when it is not jade. Oh, so the planetary association is Earth. The element it is tied to is Earth. The birthstone is Gemini. However, the zodiac that it works the best with is all of them.
Whoa!
And the chakras that it works best with is all of them.
So chakras are all igniting.
Flexing you right. So really, serpentine itself, it's just a grouping of minerals within a rock. So it's not really a rock itself. And because of this, the levels of each mineral can kind of differ slightly. So therefore you get a whole range of like depths when it comes to the shade of green that serpentine is. There's a lot that also have lodestone sort of speckled throughout it, giving it that snakeskin serpentine kind of look.
Well, and would that make it magnetic?
Yes, at least in the parts that it depends on its level of lodestone that it has distributed. But yeah, it'll be slightly to very magnetic. Oh. So serpentine comes from the Latin word serpens.
No way.
Meaning snake. Mm. Now there's very much V snake energy with this boy. Mm-hmm. So even down the way it looks, again, the appearance has been described as snakeskin-like. A recurring theme with serpentine is its ability to encompass all. Just it encompasses everything.
Yeah, it is kind of a grab bag.
It's a whole thing. Like earlier, what chakra is it? It's all. What zodiac? It's all. This is also where it can be found. Is all. You just find it all over the world. There's not really a particular place that it comes from. However, there is the Canadian town, Asbestos, that was the largest mine of serpentine. A word of caution. some types of serpentine can contain forms of asbestos. So while it's enclosed in the stone, it is safe. However, don't be doing any like drilling or carving with it.
Don't smash it and huff it either.
Exactly. And on that note, it's a relatively soft stone. So if you drop it, if it breaks, be careful. And of course, don't like eat it or anything.
Yeah.
So onto the body. Yeah, don't put it anywhere in your no holes shall the stone go.
No yoni eggs out of serpentine, please.
Oh God. Oh Jesus. Sorry. I went on a whole brain journey there. I was like, oh wait, but it's also sometimes magnetic. So if you're just walking down the street and you got your little serpentine yoni egg, you're just gonna like be sticking to things.
Yes, it's that magnetic.
Yeah. You're just grabbing people's keys and shit.
Yep.
Okay, on to the mundane. Oh God. So of course, I'm gonna start this off. We make no medical claims. Check our disclaimers. This is just what others have said, and I'm relaying this information. Stones, herbs, all of that always are used best in conjunction with what your doctor talks about, yada, yada. So, sexuality. Oh. It can help work through sexual issues in the body or even fertility in the like reproductive sense. It's good to use with heart and lungs, or it works well with the heart and lungs. And in the same vein, any problems with the blood. So, diabetes, blood. Parasites, or problems absorbing minerals or nutrients. Mm. It can also help to level hormones, and therefore it helps with any like mood issues related to severely fluctuating hormones or just like really out of whack hormones. That's kind of it when it comes to the mundane stuff. This is so broad that you could almost apply it to anything. But those are
like the rosemary of stones.
It's sort of like, you can just kind of throw it at something and be like, that'll probably work. It's good for helping to encourage cellular turnover is what I saw. Making it a good healer, like just kind of all around. Mm-hmm. Magically. So just like in the mundane, serpentine is good for sexuality and fertility magic. Oh. So here, fertility can be biological or abstract, such as manifestation or whatever you want to view fertility as. Fertility. Why am I having such a hard time saying that?
Fertility.
Serpent stone is a very powerful manifestation stone. So we're going to bring in some of that snake symbolism here, all right? So shedding of the skin. It's great for bringing about new as well as leaving behind the old. And I actually just put together the shedding of the skin and the cellular turnover thing. So, but this can be within changes to your life, as well as how the stone works with energy or vibrations just sort of out there in the world. It's a dark stone most of the time. There are lighter, yellower, like kind of brighter, greener versions. But most of the time, it is a darker stone. And so therefore, it's really good to protect against negative energies. But it is lighter in some parts of the stone, or it has those lighter varieties. So it also brings in this wonderful kind of heart energy. It helps fill the void that's left behind when it goes through and like busts up all that negative energy. It actually helps then to fill it with an energy that is very light and happy.
Oh, nice.
When you combine that with the fact that this stone stands in for most, I said most zodiac and energy centers, but it's all zodiac and energy centers, then this is an incredibly versatile stone for those who don't want like a million stones for everything. You don't want to be like, well, here's my crown stones.
Yeah, that's me. I don't
Leo
really
stones.
I don't keep up with them very well for one thing. So I would just rather have a few select like tough boys,
So you could just have like a serpentine on your altar to represent whatever season is happening.
Anything. You're fucking anything you need.
It's a great choice for the minimalist. Macy, I feel like you will take particular interest here on this one. So listen, Leaving some serpentine in the yard or the garden or the woods.
In the yard.
In the yard. 18 naked cowboys.
Cowboy cocks.
Jesus Christ.
Ram Ranch really rocks. Oh, yeah, baby.
If you leave some serpentine outside, it will let elemental spirits know that you are willing to connect. And it'll help kind of bring them out of, no pun intended here, but out of the woodworks. And they'll be like, oh, hey, this chick wants to talk. Or,
nice.
I'm thinking specifically you, but whoever, this person wants to talk. Serpentine is also, in general, it's good for curse-breaking spells, awakening spiritual gifts, such as, astral projection or divination or anything like that. And it's good for opening any and all of chakras, which brings me to a whole other section of this. Like normally I just go like the history of it, the magical, the mundane, and how to use it.
Is this why you asked me about Kundalini today?
Yes.
Okay.
This brings me to the activization. This brings me to the waking up of Kundalini energy. So we've talked about this in the past. Macy, I feel like you have a better grasp on it.
Still not enough. Like, I know like cocktail facts about Kundalini. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know that there is like a Kundalini yoga that is supposed to, awakening this. And I know that the general idea is there is this snake or snake energy sort of at the base of your energy centers that once awoken, it can kind of travel its way up, root, sacral chakra, and like all the way
channels up through your whole body.
And eventually kind of pops out of the crown, and it's it awakens it, it clears it. It's just like your ultimate car wash,
Okay. Spiritual car wash. I know there's also a major like a sexual tie. I know Kundalini seems to find its way a lot. I see in like sex magic type work, and things like that, but I've never super looked into it.
The sexual aspect of Kundalini energy is that some say that this snake, while it sits sort of coiled up in your root, I guess, or in your base, it also wraps 3 times around your sacral, which is, big sexual energy there.
Wrap 3 times
on your
around the sacral
if you want me. Twice on the root.
I guess it would have been better to do like a little but I didn't.
Oh man.
Get it? Because he's a snaky boy.
Because he's a snake. You really missed an opportunity. We're not friends. We shut the podcast down. Which when I was reading this about it being wrapped around the sacral, kind of like gave me anxiety because I'm like, wait, are we saying it starts there? Because like, what about the root? Because if I don't clear the root, then it's not going to get all the way. So I freaked out a little bit, but I think it's just tied there. And there's a lot of sexual feelings that kind of stir. Whatever that means to you.
I see Kundalini tied quite often in like, and again, like I don't know much about it, but like just in passing doing research, it seems very tied to sex magic, and it seems to they get connected a lot. I see them together quite often,
and that's the feeling that is said that you experience when the Kundalini is awoken, and as it kind of works its way through your centers, that it can bring about strong sexual feelings. Now, I don't know what that means for. I don't know really what that means. If that just makes you like kind of aware of and accepting of your sexuality or everyone's, or it just makes you hard. Like I don't know exactly what that means, but or whatever. So
did you say it just makes you hard?
I said, I don't know if it just makes you hard. Okay. Like, is it this very broad accepting like sexuality, like as a concept, or is it like makes you randy, baby? Yeah.
Okay. I guess, I don't know why, just the phrase, or if it just makes you hard, that just kind of jumbled me out of my trance state of listening. Whoa.
Sorry, that was oh well. Listen. Everybody gets hard sometimes.
Everybody gets hard. Look, I could be hard right now. You don't know.
Why did you sound just like Brian Fantana to me? I'm hard right now. Okay. Oh my God. So the idea is once you kind of wake the snake up, he'll travel up through and clear out the chakras and stuff.
Wake the snake!
Can Wake the Snake be the single of Rock Snake?
Oh, it should be.
Yeah.
It needs
or no, it needs to be the album. The first album is.
I mean, we're really fleshing out some titles here. We have Nightmare Bag, Wake
Nightmare
the Snake.
Right.
I like it. We're fleshing out some.
We need to write these down.
Some good tunes with a Z.
By the way, here's my thought process here. I was like, we need to write that down. And then I was like, oh, maybe somebody in the coven, because you guys do our jobs for us. Maybe somebody's written these down.
I'm sure they have. They might write the fucking songs for us, dude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Be our ghostwriters. We'll just dress up and be silly.
We will record them. We'll record them. We have a musical family. Can you imagine how much Tony would love to lay down some like
oh my God
guitar and us being like, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Macy, you're manifesting this and I love it.
Dude, I will wear the most sequined purple leggings you've ever seen.
Oh, give me some like hairband, like sequined at like neon tights.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah.
But it reminded me of somebody out there, and I don't have your name on me, but somebody out there actually illustrated the No Bitches Love
dude
John Wayne Gacy.
That fucking sent me. And I don't even know if I commented on it. I meant to. I just saw it and just melted. I just thought that was so fucking funny.
Yeah. It was amazing.
With that sad clown face.
Yeah. And it looked kind of like it would be like and I think somebody even commented this, like a cross stitch pattern, you know?
Or like a kind of like a traditional kind of tattoo, kind of like an old school tattoo, you know, with like thick lines. It was sweet.
Mace, are we going to get No Bitches
we're not.
Love? I think we should.
But I'll frame it and put it on my wall.
Okay. Let me see. So, you can help utilize Serpentine in a waking of the Kundalini, and a good way to do this. Hold on. Let me first go back and say that if this is something that you're thinking about doing, don't just do it on this 2-second recording that I'm doing.
No, Kundalini is serious as shit.
It's like, serious business. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's not like a light thing. And I think about often, this was way back, like when I first started listening to podcasts, the first one was Mysterious Universe. And they did an episode on someone who, like, I don't remember the specifics, but somebody activated their Kundalini and it just felt like a white hot, painful flame and just in their whole spinal cord, like all the way up. And it ruined their lives, you know? And it's like, I think about that a lot. And I don't necessarily, that's not like what, you know, but it's like, it's serious spiritual working, you know, like it's not just like a word that, you know, like a buzzword, like it's very ancient. It's been around a long time. It's serious, energetic business.
Yes. So please be educated about it. You know, do a lot of research on your own to kind of go out and look into it. I am no expert on it, so I am therefore not pretending to be. Hey, if you are an expert on it, hit us up.
That'd be a cool interview, man. That'd be sweet, dude.
We'll have you on and we'll talk about it and we'll ask you all kinds of questions. So send us an email, wbahpodcast@gmail.com, if you're like a Kundalini expert. But, and I've heard that a lot about when you sort of awaken that and go through that process, that it does feel. Now, not everybody says it's like a fiery, like a white hot fire poker going up, but there is like a fire, a warmness, a heat that you can feel going through your body. And it can be a bit of a traumatic experience. Now, that being said, trauma in that way, it's not always like why would you do that? It's like working through that, you know what I mean? But it can be hard to kind of get to the other side. It can be very shadow based, you know? So if you are doing it and you've done all your research and this, that, and the other, Serpentine is a good stone to have with you to kind of ease any of the discomfort that might come along with that, being physical or being emotional or mental. You can place it at your root, but place another one at your crown, and it works sort of like guideposts for the little Kundalini to work his way up.
Picturing like McDonald's like little play tubes. It's like it creates like a little play place for him to be like and go up through it.
Yeah, and know what he's working towards, you know, and not fuck around in just like one spot for too long and like burn your fucking heart chakra out or something.
Yeah. All right. You got to slither onward, buddy.
Keep going, please. So let's see. Cha-cha-cha. Now, over on healingcrystals4you.com, they say this. Let me give a little background. This is if you're working on somebody or if you're having someone help you through this process, which I think might be recommended, or I don't know. I think it could go either way. Like you might want to have a buddy around to help you through it, or maybe this is something you do just like on your own. But if you do have someone working through it, or perhaps you're a practitioner or something like that, says your helper may have another stone. So you've got your serpentine on your root, you got one up at your crown, but you may have like another stone to kind of stroke along the spine from bottom to top to help aid in the rise of the Kundalini.
That also just sounds nice.
I was gonna say,
whoa.
Yeah, that really spoke to me as like a massage therapist.
Yeah, if you want to oil me up and slide that bad boy up my back up and down, I'll let you.
You just get like I don't even know what stone. I feel like it would be super aggressive to use like a quartz because that would just amplify something that's already super powerful. I'd feel like maybe like a healing or like a nice gentle cool water stone or something would be nice to kind of help you flow through it. So if this is something you do go through, it's very powerful. Like May said, it can alter your life if you're not ready for it. It might even be kind of a hard alteration to go through. But it can ultimately help be balanced out by serpentine, which again is all about balance. And since it covers everything and it helps to even out everything, not only energy, but like moods and your hormone levels and shit like that. It'll help kind of balance the scales. And I have an affirmation for you if you are working with serpentine in any of the other ways that it can be used. This is from healingcrystals.com. This is, I am constantly filled with new healing energy. That's serpentine, my guy.
I like it.
Yeah. Again, if you are somebody who does the who's an expert, get at us because I would like to do a whole thing on that.
I would too. I really would. I've never just known where to start with it. There's so much history there.
Yeah.
That would be really, really interesting. I've always found like the concept of it interesting and it pops up for me a lot. Like I run into it. I'm like, man, but it's always just something I've never fully dipped my toe in because I feel like I would want guidance.
Exactly. And I feel here like I just want to, it's important to say that because this Kundalini thing is so tied to the stone of serpentine, I would be remiss if I didn't at least mention it. But again, this is in no way a guide or in-depth information on that. But I just wanted to touch on it. We want to take a quick break to talk to you about today's sponsor.
Charlie, what do you do if something just gets in the way of your mental health?
Macy, I'm not always sure what to do when something gets in the way of my mental happiness.
Well, let me tell you something, Charlie. There is a service that can help you with just that situation. Listen, I'm going to talk to you about today's sponsor, BetterHelp.
BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your very own licensed professional therapist, and everything is 100% completely confidential.
That's right. And confidential to the point of being able to have these conversations from your own bedroom, if that's what you choose to do. And you can do it on the phone, on the computer, via chat. You can text, you can email, flexible, however you want it to be.
You can even start communicating in under 24 hours. So you'll get a response and start your therapy quicker, honestly, than like booking an in-person session, waiting for it, going to it, and then having that first one that's all like, well, fill out all the paperwork. So you can start communicating in under 24 hours. This is not self-help, dude. It's professional counseling.
That's right. And because it's online, you can find a multitude of different specialties that you might not be able to find in your area. And if you just feel like you're not jiving, you can change your therapist at any time and get on talking to one that really gets you.
And the things that they can really get you on include, but are not limited to, depression,
stress,
anxiety,
relationships,
sleeping problems,
family conflicts,
trauma,
LGBT plus matters,
anger,
grief,
and self-esteem and
more. And better yet, listeners of WBAH, beans, can get 10% off your first month by going to BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/witch.
Anywhere you are in the world, join over 800,000 people who are taking charge of their mental health today and get that sweet fat 10% off by visiting BetterHelp, HELP.com/witch today. Macy, you've teased a big fat ass topic.
It's a big boy. All right. There's a lot going on here. It was one of those that, I was like, oh, I'll just talk about okra because I'm growing it in my garden and I've been eating it, and I got into it and I was just like, holy shit. But I was so interested in it, I actually finished the research instead of just being like, I'm going to have to come back to you when I can handle you. So okra, the scientific name, Abelmoschus esculentus. I'm going to get into what that means later.
Sounds magical.
It's very fancy. Other names: bindi, gombo, kopi Arab, lady's fingers, okro, okra, of course, like the main name, quimgombo. Okra hails originally from Africa, so a lot of those were like African dialects, like African words. But it is a flowering plant in the mallow family.
That makes sense because it's all slimy.
So okra leaves, they are, okra is a big plant. The ones that I have in my system right now are as large as saplings. They're really, really big. It can get up to, a little over 6 feet tall, 2 meters. Yeah, they're very big. The stalks are huge. The stalks of my okra plants are like 1 inch to 1.5 inches thick right now. They're just big plants. They make beautiful flowers, and I wasn't aware of that, but they look like hibiscus flowers.
I remember being at your place, and I was like, what the hell is that? It's so pretty.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. And so they're typically yellow or white with like kind of a deep purple or a deep red kind of center towards the middle. And they just really, and they're big, beautiful flowers, and it just kind of grows at the okra grows. It's very interesting. They're neat plants. So the pods, the edible part of the plant, they typically range from 4 to 10 inches. And if they're allowed to ripen too much, so you typically want to eat an okra pod before it's ripe all the way, because if it gets too ripe, it gets into like a state that's called woody. And you don't, it's like you'll bite it, and it's like you just bite into like, I don't know. Like almost nothing happens. Like your teeth sink into it, but it's so tough and fibrous. Like you can't like rip it off if you want to. It's very, very tough.
That hurts my teeth.
And it just gets very stringy and fibrous like wood. That's what it's like. It does get like woody. So the original location of okra, like where okra comes from for sure, is pretty disputed. So you have some that say West Africa, Ethiopian origins, South Asian origins. It's kind of tricky. So the plant, though, it's cultivated now in tropical, subtropical, or warm climates, temperate climates especially. So it likes the heat, and it grows now all over the world in quite a few different places. And in our region of the world, like the southern United States, okra is like a staple. Yeah. It is part of the cooking. It is so important. And I'm going to go in today kind of the dark history, unfortunate history as to why that is that we don't really think about. Yeah. And I didn't, I learned a lot today, and I was like, man, how many things are we doing in our days that we are just completely oblivious as to the truth, and like not knowing what the fuck happened here. So it's very interesting. I'm excited to get into it. So whether it be fried okra, which is super common here, or mixed in gumbo and soups, it just finds its way into dishes and side dishes all over, for sure, the southern United States. I'm not, as familiar with the northern kind of differences in cuisine and whatnot, but in southern cuisine, it is fucking in there. It's there. And
dude, I want some fried okra so bad right now.
Dude, I had fried okra last night.
Oh,
We met Lyra at Cracker Barrel to drop the prints off. By the way, prints have been signed. They're going out this week. And to drop them off so she could take them to the mailer. And yeah, I had some fried okra with my goddamn meatloaf, and it was so good. Anyway, so yeah, okra, there you go. The love of okra is deep.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pretty agreeable plant, grows in a lot of different environments, as long as the heat's there. Like, for instance, like I planted my okra probably a touch too early, and it didn't really do anything until we've hit these really hot stretches of summer. And now it's exploding, and it grows so fast, and they're like trees all of a sudden. So because of that, though, it's become a staple around the world. India is another really notable place that a lot of the dishes are infused with okra. Like, it's just really, really found its way into the center of the cuisine. So let's talk about that name. The Abel moschus is the Latin word for father of musk. I don't really know why that is. But then you have esculentus, which was the second word, which means being fit for human consumption. It's edible. You see that and you're like, okay, you can eat it. So, and it really is. It's just edible as all hell. Like, and one of the good things about okra is that along with being edible, it is packed with nutrients. Like, packed with them, and some of them being kind of harder to come by in plants. So, which is good. Like, if you have a plant-based diet, like okra can have there's some benefits there. So a good thing about it, for one, is its versatility. It can be pickled, it can be fried, cooked in soups, which is also like doubles as a thickening agent. You can grill it, or my personal favorite is eating it raw. I love raw okra, especially if it's still kind of tender. It isn't slimy at all.
Really?
No, it's not slimy at all. So the slime comes out when it's mixed with moisture, as well as like when you start cooking it. But like if I cut an okra in half and just leave it sitting on my counter, it will start getting sticky because the moisture in the air starts making the mucilage start coming out. Like, so for instance, like today for lunch, I had like a salad from the garden and I cut up okra in it. And by the time I'm done eating the salad, they're starting to get kind of sticky because of the moisture and the oil in the salad and whatnot. But if you just eat it raw, it's almost spongy, but not. It's very hard to explain the texture. I really, really love it though. It's really good.
See, I prefer fried okra, not just because I love fried foods, but because my favorite way to consume okra is with like the least amount of sliminess possible. The sliminess is a real turn off for me.
That's what bums me out though, is because like, while I love the taste of fried okra, you're losing so much nutrition in doing so, like that mucilage, and also just other, like, just oftentimes depending on the plant, of course, but when you cook things, you lose nutrients.
Yeah.
And
particularly frying it because it's so hot.
Okra is really one of those. Like, you get the most out of getting it raw. I mean, and that's not to say that it's not worth eating at all if you do want to cook it. That's not at all the case. But frying, I do feel like is you're all that mucilage is spilling out. You're not going to get that nearly as much, which has some benefits. And I'm going to get into that. I'm going to talk a little bit. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, and again, I'm not a nutritionist by any fucking stretch. I'm not licensed at all. I've just always had an interest in nutrition ever since I was young. And one of the things I wanted to talk about today is, because you hear it all the time, is what the fuck an antioxidant is, as well as what a free radical is. Because you hear that and you see it, they're kind of like buzzwords now, especially on like health packaging and supplements and just in general. Yeah. And so I just kind of want to talk about that and what this means. Again, I'm not going to go super deep into it. And again, I'm not like a nutritionist, but okra is full of antioxidants and different ones. And so I didn't want to just say that though. It's like, I want to like talk about what these are. So basically your body naturally produces something called free radicals. And you hear that, they're like, oh, you want antioxidants to fight the free radicals. And I'm sure that's a term you've heard before. Like, it just is what it's what's said, but let's kind of go back to high school science real quick. And we're not going to get super deep into it, but let's just break things down just a little bit. It's easy. It's easy. So if you recall, this is one of the few things I actually do recall about high school science, because I thought it was interesting, but also I never understood it. So, and still kind of don't. But so what you have a term, so a stable atom is an atom that has a full shell of electrons surrounding it. So it's full up. It's got all the electrons it needs, meaning it's stable. So free radicals don't have a full shell, which that means they're highly reactive and they want to bond to things that can give them that electron that they need and fill that shell up. That's pretty much what a free radical is that it's trying to attach to other things because it doesn't have a full shell of electrons. So it will react and bind to things really, really quickly. So the problem with that is when that starts happening a lot and you have free radicals kind of running rampant, bonding with healthy molecules or healthy cells, it can lead to something called oxidative stress. So oxidative stress is something that happens naturally. It's part of aging. As the theory of the free radical kind of aging antioxidant theory goes. So this is still being researched. It's one of those things that there's some research and study that's pointing that way, but by no means is all of this, especially when it comes to the benefits, this is how this works is true. Free radicals and antioxidants do work together and free radicals bind to shit. That's true. Now, as for the benefits of what happens with consuming antioxidants, that's still kind of being looked at, but free radicals in general, it seems they're part of the aging process. So when they start outweighing antioxidants, which as you age, the balance seems to tip a little bit. You get more free radicals than the antioxidants you're consuming can fight, just in the natural diet. And so you have the natural aging process, the breaking down of cells and whatnot, and therefore just the steady breaking down of the body, because we can't all be teenagers forever. And so the theories, it's basically the theory states that maintaining a healthy consumption of antioxidants can help keep these free radicals at least in check, because antioxidants are what bond to free radicals, stopping them from causing cellular damage to other cells that they're binding to. Now, antioxidants can do this because they will they will lend a free radical an electron. They'll be like, here you go, buddy. Take this electron. I know you're not full. I know you're unstable. Take this electron. And they can give that electron and not be unstable themselves. And so that's kind of the benefit. That's what makes antioxidants good, is that it's oh, okay, so they can find a free radical, give it, what it needs, but also then they will still be okay.
They're like a counselor.
Yeah, they can give, but they don't need to also then take. Huh. So this is kind of relatively new science as science goes. I think kind of the antioxidant term really started coming mainstream in the mid to late 90s. But there's some studies that are even starting to kind of maybe be this has something to do with the mitochondria. Now we're back in high school science. Do you remember what the mitochondria does?
The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
You're goddamn right it is. So
how many people said that?
All of our listeners combined, all of them at the same time. So studies are kind of starting to look at that maybe the free radicals are doing the damage specifically to the mitochondria, which then causes the cell to experience mutations, leading to the production of more free radicals, eventually leading to the destruction of the cell and further damage to the body, that oxidative stress getting worse. Now, of course, this is natural to an extent. We all age. Free radicals are in all of our bodies. They can even be beneficial when not out of, in their, they can help fight infections, things like that, so it's not one of those things to where it's free radicals are just going to, they are natural. This is, however, there are certain things that it seems trigger the escalation of free radicals, such as smoking, pollution, or pesticides and alcohol. That's just kind of what it's looking like. And again, a lot of this is new. Not all of this is set, but that's what it looks like. It looks like that's the case. So antioxidants come in to help kind of stem the tide. So when you consume antioxidants, and your body does make them as well, but it slows over time. And it also depends on what you consume. So you can eat things that helps the body kind of create certain things. For instance, you can eat some things that helps in the production of vitamin A, which is an antioxidant, but we'll get to that. So, when you are consuming antioxidants, you're curbing free radicals. That's kind of how it goes. And so they do this again by lending that electron. It makes the free radical less reactive. It makes it stable. And in doing so, the antioxidant itself is still okay. It's all right, And now, of course, the goal is to not wipe all free radicals out of the way. That's impossible. You can't do it. However, you do want to perhaps maintain a good balance of antioxidants and free radicals to kind of keep the free radicals in check so that the free radicals don't start running rampant, damaging healthy cells in the body, which will happen anyway. It's part of aging, but perhaps the theory is it can slow the process down and make it to where it's a bit more graceful. So, as you said in skincare, this is huge, and as the, again, this is still kind of theoretical. Like there's some studies that say, yeah, this makes a big difference. And there's other studies that are like, kind of, but maybe not, So it's very interesting, but I'll get to one. There's kind of a linchpin that seems to make a big amount of difference. So, but just overall, this is, in skincare, it's a big deal. But also on the inside of your body. So studies are kind of looking at impacts of overage of free radicals, that oxidative stress on brain decline, such as dementia or Alzheimer's, deterioration of the heart, such as cardiac disease, as well as just the natural deterioration of the body, the thinning or becoming more brittle of the hair, the wrinkling of the skin, the deterioration of the joints, things like that. Just kind of they're looking into how much it escalates and how much it plays into that. Free radicals, I mean. So I'm talking about this again because okra is fucking full of antioxidants. But I did just want to explain kind of the antioxidant and free radical relationship. So it's not, because it is like, and you see it on like fucking like chocolate covered blueberries. They're like, antioxidants, so you just like, you see it everywhere. So I just wanted to break it down at least like as the science kind of looks like, as the theory appears, and just kind of why you see that, why that's everywhere. So let's kind of talk about a couple of these and just kind of some of the nutrients that are in okra, because there's a lot of nutrients in okra. And here's the thing, I didn't plan on talking about this, but when I got into just seeing how many antioxidants it was, I was like, man, that'd be really fun to talk about antioxidants. And then it just spiraled out to where I talk about a lot of the things that are in okra. So this is what I meant by you have to hear this shit from me.
Also, like, when you were talking at one point, you said, we can't be teenagers forever. And my heart stopped because I was like, why would anyone want to be a teenager?
Oh, yeah. I meant in physicality. Your joints won't always be quite so gummy.
Even then, I will take being 75 over 17 any day.
See, dude, not me. Like, at least I wasn't fucking blowing my knees out yet at 17. This is why I eat fresh okra. This is why, because I know what I'm dealing with.
You don't want to blow your knees out.
I just, my knees, that's all they want to do is blow out, So it's just like, here you go, take some fucking nutrients. Try to not blow out for at least like another goddamn year. So
your knees wake up in the morning and they go, oh boy, I can't wait to blow out today.
Is today the day? Oh, I sure hope so.
Ew.
So let's talk about antioxidant number 1 that is found in okra. We have vitamin A.
Hell
and
yeah.
Speaking of skincare, it's all up in there. Vitamin A. You have things like retin A, retinoids, things like that. And if you have ever been to a dermatologist or you ever had or have acne, you've probably heard of retinoids, retin A, things like that. And so some of the things that vitamin A can do, it can help with the production of collagen. It can reprogram cells, allegedly, with an extent to kind of behave in a younger way, which is good when it comes to the appearance of fighting aging. Those kind of fine line type things, tightening of the skin, stuff like that. That's kind of what's behind where you see vitamin A and everything. It can help with like cellular turnover. That's one of the big pitches for like retin A. And I remember from my dermatologist appointment back when I was 16, and they were like, well, it helps with the cellular turnover, which is a big thing. And did
you look at him and say, he'll soda serpentine?
I didn't. I was about a decade ahead of schedule. I wasn't ready. And so there are, apparently, I wasn't aware of this, there are 2 sources of vitamin A. There's kind of animal sources and plant sources. I'm not going to get into that because I don't really know much about it. But one thing I do want to say is if you were putting vitamin A on your skin, or even if you're eating a lot of vitamin A, or just even in fucking general, wear sunscreen and wear good sunscreen.
Mm-hmm.
it makes you, if you want to put vitamin A on your skin, if you want to use serums and shit that have vitamin A in it, you can make shit worse if you use it and don't wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
And like good sunscreen, there's different levels of sunscreen. Get good sunscreen and wear it. Just wear sunscreen in general. Like, here's one thing, and I'm gonna do this right now. I'm gonna do this speech. I'm gonna be this person. I know we have a lot of younger listeners. I know we have a lot of teenager listeners. We have a lot of listeners in their early 20s. Wear fucking sunscreen. Wear it. Even if you don't think it's necessary, even if you think it's far away, you're gonna roll into your later 20s and you're gonna start seeing sun damage, and you're gonna be like, oh fuck, wear sunscreen, please.
And to kind of pounce off of that, just being the skincare nerd that I have always been, like, I know that it is so fucking tiring to hear people be like, put sunscreen on. You're like, okay, yeah, but just give me the serum. So the thing is, the best, and I remember, I would say this is when I was working at Sephora and skincare all the fucking time, I'd say the best anti-ager is sunscreen.
It is. Yeah.
The best thing you can do for your skin is sunscreen. It doesn't matter where
there's big time science behind that.
Oh boy. And you know what I always got in return? I got like a half eye roll. Like, okay, but what about this product? Fucking wear sunscreen.
Sunscreen seems lame. It's not.
It seems lame. It's not. Start viewing sunscreen as like a highly prized, like, skincare item that you keep at the very forefront of your arsenal. Also, if you're wearing your vitamin A serum at night, don't be like, oh, well, I'm putting it on at night, so I don't need sunscreen in the day. That's not how it works, dude.
Not how it works. Wear your sunscreen. Find the value in it, because that's the thing. That's where it took for me. And unfortunately, and I caught it early, but I am very fair skinned naturally. So I already see sun damage.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. If I can do it, y'all can do it, because I love the fucking sun. I love to be out in the sun. If I can force myself to put sunscreen on, and you just do it in a routine, I put my serums on in the morning, I put my sunscreen on, and it's like, just find the value in it. Please wear it. And it doesn't matter if you are also dark skinned. It still makes a difference.
Yeah. There's a couple
wear
of myths
sunscreen
that I would like to just quickly go through. And listen, we could do a whole skincare episode one day, but a couple of things I would like to say. It doesn't matter your skin tone or the depth of your skin, please wear sunscreen. Some people think like, oh, I'm like olive skinned, or I have dark skin, so I don't get sun damage.
Yeah. It's just a preventative measure.
Yeah.
Take the time to do it.
Cloudy days.
Wear
cloudy
sunscreen.
Days. Don't look at it like, oh, the sun's being covered. Look at it like a fucking magnifying glass.
It's
the sun rays go
it's
through.
Sneaky,
yeah.
And so,
Sorry,
I wanted to touch on that, because it is something, and again, I'm no means old at all.
Yes.
But you just start noticing your body does change a lot from your early 20s to your later 20s, and not necessarily in a bad way, but you do start noticing the very early noticings of your skin changing from how you see it as a child. It's no longer child skin.
Yeah.
So just think about that. If you are those, you're just ahead of the game at that point.
Have we turned into like those old people who are like, listen to me, youngins?
I don't think so, but I do think we are still young, but we're just paying attention. And that's just what I'm saying. Pay attention. Little things like that can make a huge difference, and you will thank yourself. So again, I just wanted to touch on that with vitamin A. If you're wearing any kind of vitamin A at all, or if you're using retinoids or anything like that, just wear sunscreen. It can lead to serious problems, like not just like, oh, like I could burn, like it could lead to some serious effects down the road if you fuck around with that.
Can I say one more thing about sunscreen before?
Sure.
Just one more thing. If it's a texture thing, because I would not wear sunscreen on my face or reapply for the longest time.
Just find the right one.
Because I hated the grease.
Yeah.
Find the right formula. Look into something called sunscreen milk.
Oh, changed my life. Fucking changed my life, dude. That's what made me wear sunscreen every day.
Yeah.
That's what I needed. And it's matte. And it also like kind of mattifies my serums.
Yeah.
Which it's just become part of my routine.
Yeah.
And so it's like I'll put my serums on, and even after like 30 minutes, sometimes you still kind of have like a glisten, and I'll put that milk on, and it gives me like I don't even have a white cast. It's just like a nice matte little set. Dude, get you sunscreen milk.
Get you some sunscreen milk.
So another antioxidant present and another powerhouse that you see all the time in skincare, vitamin C. Okra is very high in vitamin C, which is all around a good body to have. Okra is also high in folates, which the consumption is recommended for pregnant women or women who want to be pregnant because it can help prevent neural birth defects, such as like one of the ones I believe I saw was spina bifida, things like that. B vitamins make an appearance as well as vitamin K. And then that wonderful mucilage, which contains, not only just contains a good amount of soluble fiber, but it aids in digestion, peristalsis. And interestingly, there's a fair amount of protein in okra for a plant. It's a pretty good source of protein. I mean, of course, like it's not going to be as protein rich as like fucking like a steak, but for like a plant-based diet, you know, or it's you can get okra or you can get protein from okra. So,
you know what else? Things high in mucilage, I can never say it right, like slippery elm, shit like that. You know what else it'll do? It'll give you that wop. Just saying.
Hey, I mean, okay. So, you know, that's kind of like back in the Cosmic Serpent. I swear, I've got to redo that. It is coming up again and again and again. So, like in the Cosmic Serpent, one, you know, he goes to live, the author goes to live with indigenous peoples in the Amazon, or I believe it might be Peru. I've read that book fucking twice. I should know these details. But the people, like one of, you know, because it's fascinating that indigenous peoples they figured things out with nature. So long before. And one of the things that they say is if it looks like it will work for something, they would kind of base off of that. So if like something has like an appearance that like looks like the ailment that it's supposed to fix, hey, nature communicates to us in that way. So if you see some mucilage and it's kind of like that smooth, kind of lubricating, sticky, just saying. If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, I'm just saying.
Then it might give you that wop.
It might give you that wop. So also, this was very interesting. I saw that okra can help with glycemic control, which can be really beneficial to those with more volatile blood sugars or those with diabetes. So I'm saying all of this because it's important to get nutrition through natural food instead of relying solely on supplements. So now this is kind of where, and again, like kind of the antioxidant and free radical, like that whole approach, the wheels can come off a little bit, especially, and studies have kind of shown like it doesn't have that much of an impact. However, there does seem to be a bit more of a notable impact in the effectiveness of the studies when it comes from consuming the complete foods versus just supplementing with vitamins and powders. And this is because nutrients work together. And often you need the whole of something in order for it to be absorbed. Nature works that way for a reason. You know, nature has things worked out, and you often need other compounds or other things in a food to help with that. So for example, here's just like an example that I found. You can have a cup of fresh strawberries, like just a cup. And, you know, you've picked them, they're fresh, or you're from the store, you know, there's fresh strawberries, and there's about 80 milligrams of vitamin C, you know, which is an antioxidant. It's a nutrient that has antioxidant activity. However, there's like a supplement you can supplement at 500 milligrams of vitamin C, which is like so much. It's like 600% your recommended daily you know, amount, you know, for vitamin C. And, you know, you see that 1,000 milligrams, 1,500 milligram, you know, supplements of vitamin C. However, oftentimes these supplements don't contain like the polyphenols, like the plant chemicals and things naturally found in strawberries, things like proanthocyanins, word I wasn't aware of, flavonoids, things like that possess antioxidant activity as well. And it seems like they team up with the vitamin C to make it fucking work in the first place. So that's kind of what I mean. Like, that's why I like to talk about nutrients and things in the food, because you get it as like a complete package that way instead of just taking off. So it's like getting in a car and trying to drive somewhere without the fucking steering wheel. You know, like you need everything sometimes in order to get the effectiveness and to get to where to where you need to be going. That's kind of, you know, get the whole picture. And I think it's important to remember, and this is like one of the last things I'm going to talk about. I'm going to get off my nutritional soapbox and leave you all alone. I think it's important to remember, though, that the nutritional business exists, the industry exists to make money. So much money, and it makes a lot. It is a billion upon billion dollar industry. And it's just very important to remember that. And it's important to remember that just taking vitamins and whatnot, even though it seems like it, and though it's like the package is kind of, your daily amounts. And this is, even though it seems like that's the case, that's not always the case. And the packaging and the nutritional industry, the supplement, and they're not going to necessarily be the ones to tell you that. There's a lot of predatory nature in the nutrition industry, a lot of it, and the health industry, quote, health industry in general. So, I mean, you can just look at, and one I'm not going to go into, but like, for instance, the attack on fats, that is such a fucking story.
With the sugar industry?
I could talk about it all day
and all
long.
Of that?
And but that's what I mean. Like, don't just trust things. And that's kind of where I am. Like, again, I'm not an expert. I'm not fucking licensed. I just encourage you to look into it. Look into the difference of how our bodies process nutrients from food versus supplements. Like, little things like that. Because, like, I'll think a lot of the time, health and nutrition seems so fucking daunting because it is a room with 1,000 people screaming, and this and that. And still, we can't all agree on it because we know more about some fucking things than our own goddamn bodies, and like, it's still developing, and it's still like an ongoing study. However, just taking the time to just look into it. Even if you start with one thing, even if you just start like with vitamin C, look into it and look into how it affects your body, little bite-sized things, and just taking the time to look into that yourself versus just trusting labeling and packaging and what we're told, which is oftentimes wrong, especially when it comes to health trends. Again, like the fats thing, it's just not always true. So
what was it in your reading? What was your placement that brought about that wake up sheeple kind of thing?
I don't remember, but it was there. And also with everything being in my 6th house, it's like caring about health and nutrition apparently is just like so deep in there. But another reason I wanted to talk about this is that when you are taking in, so antioxidants can flip. They are good guys, but they can also be bad guys. And again, so this is kind of an ongoing thing, but it kind of looks like that if you're taking a bunch of antioxidant supplements, for instance, vitamin C, you're taking a big old like thick vitamin C every day, it can maybe potentially, and don't flip out on me if you do this, but just again, look into it. It can maybe make things have a worse effect than what you're going for in the terms of antioxidants and free radicals, because without the other compounds to help the antioxidant rich nutrient to help it work as intended, it can turn pro-oxidant, which means it can also start causing oxidative stress.
Is this what it means when you read, because I know just on the skincare side of things, vitamin C is extremely volatile, and you're always trying to find the most stable.
I don't know. I was thinking about that though, because you see that a lot. Like I've seen that with certain brands like The Ordinary, like they break down the stability of their different vitamin C blends. I don't know. I don't know if that's to keep it from turning pro-oxidant. But that's just, it was something I wasn't aware of really until I started kind of looking into this, that, again, that's just another reason as to where it's like, try to get your nutrients from food. This is all developing. Humans have never really, except for the past like 50 years, just taken pills to supplement nutrients for their diets. You don't always know how that's going to go, in the long term. And so again, like that's the thing. If you take it and it works for you, that's fine. But it's basically my message for today when it comes to nutrition, the talk none of you asked for. Look into things yourself, and remember that it can be a predatory industry. There's also at times is an unregulated industry when it comes to supplements. Some supplements, especially like multi-level marketing supplements, don't even have to disclose their ingredients.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm not like a fan in the slightest of this is approved by the FDA. I'm not that, because that's a whole other issue to look into.
We could go so far and do so many fucking episodes that are not witchy at all.
I do feel like that's a real avenue to kind of manipulate the way people feel about things.
Yeah. And so just eat your fruits and vegetables. Try to source them as naturally as possible if you can. Pain in the ass as it is. Try to eat them fresh, or, just like fresh food that you have to cut. And do things with.
Or find a farmer's market. Everywhere's got a farmer's market.
Yeah. I meant just not frozen, or things like that. Try to find it fresh, which that's still okay. It's something, but just try to implement fresh foods into your diet and learn just casually along the way what nutrients are in foods, and it's eventually it's muscle memory. And you can just kind of start adding these things into your body. And getting your nutrients that way, kind of as nature intended, which I think is just always important to remember that we are animals, that it is only very, very recently have we started changing the way that we fuel our bodies, that we nourish our bodies. And of course, that is, I want to say it's very well known that people we're malnourished, so I'm not just being now we live in this horrible time when we can me. No, this is a time when nutrition is possible. And it is because of that reason that I encourage you all to see what options you have. Anyway, I am off of my nutritional soapbox. No more. So people have eaten okra for a long time, all over the world. So, but way back in Egypt, early kind of 1200s, 1216 was the year that I saw, there were reports of okra being consumed. They would mix it with meal and eat it that way. And it apparently grew along the banks of the Nile River, which sounds gorgeous.
Awesome.
I know. And however, but it might not have originated there. Again, like I mentioned earlier, it seems it could have originated from Ethiopia. It's not exactly certain origin-wise, but it has been eaten for a very long time. Now, of course, we cannot ignore the slave trade, along with stealing people from their homes and forcing them into slavery. It also spread plants and things like that, one of those being okra. Mm-hmm. So in the 1600s, it was noted in Brazil, so it kind of made its way to the New World. And okra may have been introduced in North America from Africa by the early 18th century. So by the late or mid 1700s, it was supposedly grown as far, or it seems to be grown as far as Philly or Philadelphia. And Thomas Jefferson, also famous slave owner, noted it was well established in Virginia by 1781. So super commonplace in the southern United States by 1800, and just kind of already it grows very well there. And also with the widespread use of slavery, okra was right there alongside that. And what makes it really shitty is that it's okay, so this plant that comes from your homeland. Yeah. We're going to make y'all grow that, and we're going to monetize it, and you get nothing, so it's just so, but we're going to talk about more of that later. So there is, along with, so the plant, it seems to be useful in more ways than just eating the pod, as we commonly do. So apparently the tender leaves can be eaten. This was very interesting to me. You can roast the seeds, the dry, or I'm not certain if it's the fresh seeds or the dried seeds, but you can roast the seeds to make a coffee substitute, apparently. So during the Civil War in the United States, in 1861, the Austin State Gazette said an acre of okra will produce enough seed to furnish a plantation with coffee in every way equal to that imported from Rio, which is a big claim.
That's
Brazil's famous for the coffee, So let's get to the metaphysical properties. So in several West African languages, the word okra is, and I can't pronounce this, and I kind of looked and I couldn't find Kingombo, or in the shortened form gombo. So early on, the word was kind of frequently used alongside okra by English writers. So leading into the mid 1800s, when it was really starting to be grown widely along and outside the coastal South, so the Gulf region of the United States, newspapers called the seeds for okra gombo. It's the words were interchangeable. That's still the French word for okra today. And it makes it, like, one, I like it because it's like, it's, few things make me happier for one than a pot of gumbo, but also like the words are synonymous with each other. Like gumbo, the dish got its name from okra. And apparently okra and tomatoes used to be deeply, deeply, like they were like, and everybody's gumbo is different. It's kind of like one of those famous dishes that there's different things. There are, of course, it's set kind of characteristics, but it's one of those things that, families have different recipes and things like that. However, originally tomatoes and okra apparently were a very common base for gumbo. So, that said, there's a really rich history of okra being used magically in hoodoo. And considering the origins of okra, that makes a lot of sense, since okra came with these people taken from their homes to be sold as slaves, predominantly to the New World, where they were then forced again, as I mentioned earlier, to use the knowledge of their cultivation of their, native crops, their cultural crops, to be forced and to grow them for the gain of others. So okra was, it's important to remember, it was originally their culture. It was from their home. So it stands to reason why it's implemented and woven into spiritual practices that occurred from that whole fucking nightmare, and it still stands to this day. And that's about as much as I'll go into it. I'm not a by any means a root worker at all. I don't. It's a very deep history, cultural practice, and I don't really even begin to have an understanding of it. But I did want to talk about it because it is very integrated in hoodoo, like just different things. Okra is there over and over again, and it just made sense to me. And it was something I'd never thought about, Also, online and doing research for this topic was the root work practice of okra baths. And this is very fascinating to me. And the mucilage is the star here. Now, again, not a practitioner. I did just want to mention that this is like, it really seems like a hoodoo practice because I found this all over the internet, and there are like clear like hoodoo connections and practices in this, but nobody said that. They were just like, here's this nice spell. It's an okra bath, and you do these things, and you read the Psalms, which are things very, very tied to that practice, and it's like, so I just wanted to point that out. Like, that's where this comes from. So, and just kind of credit it appropriately, because if you do look it up, you will find it online. And I didn't really find any unless they were on like root work type websites that went into it, but a lot of them were just like, okra bath, yay. Which I also just want to touch on. That's difficult when you're a new witch. We fell into that trap a lot. Oh yeah. I mean, it's still easy to fall into.
Yeah. Not to disparage like the new witch, but to like,
to just explain. It's difficult to navigate, just to look out for things, and if you don't know, it's hard to do. So I do want to talk about this okra bath though, because to me it seems like a sensual experience. Like, this just seems like a process that just it seems incredible to me. So you get a lot of okra. I think it was like over 20 pods of okra, and you have a basin with like a couple of cups of water in it. And so you start slowly tearing up these okra pods in this basin of water with your hands. And, you're kind of working this mucilage out of these okra pods, and you kind of add a cup of water here and there, and you keep tearing these pods up and try to get them in small pieces as possible, and this takes time. Like, and if it were me, and again, I've never practiced this before, I would probably find myself trancing out a little bit in doing this. And so you tear it all up. Traditionally, I did see the Psalm 23 is recited during this process, like in doing this as a hoodoo practice, as a hoodoo working. So, you get the goal is to get all the mucilage out. Eventually, you have this basin and you've kind of added more water. Eventually you can let it sit for a while and just kind of get all slimy because again, it's that moisture that brings the mucilage out. Get the okra out, strain it, press more of the goo in there. So then you have this basin of slimy goodness, and you get in a bath and just pour that okra water like all over your head, just pour it all on you and let it flow into the bath. And it's like from what it feels weird. It's going to feel weird, Yeah, let it go through your, over your head, through your hair. Make sure all of you gets covered. Make sure, all of you is in the bath. And the goal of this, the point of this is to drive away evil, which is a common theme with okra. Like that, it's a kind of curse breaking or hex breaking bath. That's kind of the point of it. And, and of course we've talked before, this can either be from an outside source or from yourself. Okra can aid in the breaking of this and the driving away of evil. Again, I, like a way that because I do, we talk about kitchen witchery a lot. I like to get benefits of stuff from food. And like, while not all okra or not all gumbo contains okra, I just feel like making a gumbo, which is magical as shit anyway, like putting the okra in there for the purpose of breaking a curse. And you just have this wonderful dish of these different things that takes time and love to make. Like, you can't tell me that's not a potion. That's a potion that you can consume. And I really like that. And I like consumable potions too, because I don't know, it just seems to, for me, give it a heightened effect. So, well, I mean, and like, no, your gumbo might not be as good as like if you get some fucking gumbo in New Orleans. Like, it's not gonna happen probably, but you can take a stab at it. I've made gumbo before and it's not as spectacular, but it's still delicious. And also part of it is the love and the time and the slow simmering and creation of it. And I think that's important, and you can put a lot of love into it.
Dude, I am so hungry.
And gumbo is one of my favorite foods too. Like, it's one of my favorite foods, like a true bowl of gumbo. Fucking A. It is so grounding to me. It is so grounding. I love it so much. So another thing that okra is good for, and I really like this, and I can so see it. So if you're wanting to remove yourself from a situation, it can kind of have you just slip out of a situation. It's slippery. Okra is a slippery boy.
You're like, all right, I'm gonna bounce.
I'm head out. So if you find yourself wanting to make your exit, whether it be a serious exit or just kind of like, I've had enough of this and that kind of exit, but finding a way to make an escape where you can just kind of slip out and it's not a big deal, just kind of slide out of a situation. So I really like that. And you can utilize the energy of okra in a lot of different ways. You can do candle spells with okra. Like I saw you can arrange okra around your candle, and arrange the pods and like a formation. You can use that and draw from the energy of the pods. You can cook up the okra, make a thick old soup from your okra. You can pickle it. One of the things I thought could be kind of fun, like I didn't read this, but it's like, it could be kind of cool. You could do like a spell with okra, and because I love pickled okra. Pickled okra is wonderful to me, but you could pickle some okra and as you're packing your jar and your spices and whatnot, kind of start the spell. And it could be a slip out kind of spell, or even a driving away evil kind of spell. And then when it's done, you eat your pickled okra and it's the spell comes to full fruition, and maybe you eat it. And I don't know how long okra takes to pickle, but all I'm saying, if it's 2 weeks, do it on the new moon and then eat it on the full moon, and you've got yourself an okra spell. That's all I'm saying. So
all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying. So I like to eat it raw. I find it to be very fortifying. It's something about it, just feels healthful. It's very crunchy and just odd. It's a weird thing to eat raw. I mean, it's weird to eat in any fashion, but raw is just very interesting. But I eat it and I just feel strong. And it's also, it's proud and rigid.
Popeye, you're spinach.
I think it is my spinach. Yeah. And it's very rigid. It's phallic in appearance, which of course it finds its way into love spell type uses with symbolism for, the dick. And it's also masculine in energy. So it could, things, if you need like masculine representation of energy, you can use okra. It can lend its energy to that. So that's okra. There's a lot more. The topic turned out being like a lot bigger than I expected, richer in history than I expected. Looking into the history of okra in especially the southern United States was eye-opening for me. And it's a good reminder for, me, who has the privilege of not fucking even having to think about it. What the hell happened here in this country? And the New World in general, and on whose backs it was done. And like, I've lived my entire life around okra, having it as a staple. It's in every fucking store. It's at every gathering. It's at everything, everywhere. And not once have I heard or looked up myself where it came from. Not once. And I just, the history behind it and like the true like origin of okra. And I don't know. I just didn't even think about the pattern of it being rampant in the American South and the correlation with also slavery being rampant in the American South. And I don't know. It was just very thoughtful research for me, just this unintentional ignorance, but ignorance nonetheless. And I'm happy to know. I'm happy to have learned it. And there's just so much in American history. And I mean, I suppose history in every country has its very dark spots, and America surely does. There's a lot of them, but it's easy, especially in the South. There's so much twisted information. Yeah, that is, like, and I don't like to use the word victor here because it's gross, but like you hear the like the phrase a lot, like history is written by the winners, and you get a lot of that in the South. There's a lot of just conveniently left out shit, but also bullshit. And just things lost in mainstream knowledge that should still be known, things we eat, things we do, things we see, where it fucking came from. And I think about learning these origins and respecting them. It's important. And like, especially like as you grow in your practice, like this is not shit that I fucking thought about, clearly when I started. Like, and I don't know, the more that I grow in my practice and just as a person, trying to keep my eyes open and just, I don't know, it's why it's something I appreciate about this show is that it has us doing this research every week. And I just find that after doing it now for a few years, it's just amazing what you can learn from doing that.
Yeah. And the fact that it's still so, you're still finding stuff like this out, like you can be doing something for 3 years every week. You would think that, and then you'll still stumble upon something and be like, oh, you know what I really shouldn't be doing or saying or, or at least thinking about,
thinking about. And that's the thing, just like the thoughtfulness of it, and it's like, I just, that's the beauty of history, and it's real, you can't, while it can be twisted, the truth you can usually suss out and you can't deny it and you can't run from it. You can't change it, but you can learn from it. You kind of like crack the tome of the past, and there's so many tendrils from it that are still in the modern world that are still around all over the place. And it goes to the age old saying, of like those who, don't learn history are condemned to repeat it. And that can be in giant things or little things, just like this okra thing, like it just the continued unwillful ignorance, but the complete lack of dialogue as to this thing that is like really, really, this like staple of a thing. Nobody's talking about why it's a staple in the United States, especially the Southern United States. And that's important, and I say that as someone who did not know until I did this topic, but it's just that convenient leaving out of the ugly details. And it's these details that I'm very excited now to be finding as I'm getting older and just being more on the lookout for.
Mm-hmm. I also think that a lot of it is easily just, again, it's that willful ignorance, but a lot of it is written off as like a Southern thing. Be like, oh, gumbo or okra or whatever we're talking about. That's a Southern thing. And it's like totally Southern and ingrained, but it's like we're not talking about the fact that it's particularly Black culture Southern thing. You know what I mean? And where it comes from and stuff like that. And all it, yeah. I don't know. And by no means is okra the only thing that we're talking about here.
But it just shows how a very mundane thing that has been around my life, my whole life, you know? And it's just like, I've never even thought about it, dude, you know? And it's like, it's things like that I'm just like, man, you know, like you can just get, and that's what I mean by like the small things of like, if you don't learn from history, you're condemned to repeat it. You know, it's like, that's a tiny thing, but it's still a complete lack of dialogue. Yeah. It's little things like that that lead to the full systematic problems, you know, but it's death by 1,000 cuts.
I also can't stop thinking about okra right now. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm sitting here like, when can I get my hands on it? I would like to eat it fried, but maybe I'll try it raw. I'm so in the mood for okra.
I think you might like it raw. I like that I'm getting you in my garden and making you eat raw vegetables. And so far it's going okay.
Well, see, like my thing with raw food in general is, to me, there's almost no middle ground. It's either like disgusting processed McDonald's, or I'm going to turn my back on that and I'm going to completely live a raw lifestyle. Because to me, it's like, you know what? If you cook it, you're losing some of them nutrients. And it's like, I know when I'm eating McDonald's, it's poisonous. You know, I know that about it. But if I'm going to eat good, why not just go all the fucking way and just eat raw shit out of the ground?
See, I think that's making things a bit more difficult for you. I think you could eat the cooked veggies and it will be okay.
Macy, I'm telling myself what I need to tell myself. Okay. I don't know. I would definitely like to do, and I know you are at the point where you're basically doing this, but I would like to do one of those, you know, you can pay to have those excursion, whatever, but you like go to a farm and you eat a meal, but everything from that meal is fresh. Yeah. Yeah. It's from that farm. And you go out and like, you pick the shit, or like you milk the cows to get the cheese or what the fuck, you know? I would love to do that because I am so recently, and especially with a lot of the topics that we've had recently and just sort of talking about food and where it comes from, I'm so into like the origins of food and like what we put in our bodies and stuff like that. I
care so much more about it now than I used to, you know? And what's interesting, dude, is like eating like, and I don't do it every day because it's honestly like kind of intense and I'm having to ease my way into so much because there's fresh food and then there's fresh food like from a garden, you know, that hasn't, I mean, it is like pick and eat it, but it is so filling. Like today for lunch, I had a salad that consisted of only like 4 Swiss chard leaves, 2 big okra pods that I sliced up, a palm full of little tomatoes, and like a smidgen of gorgonzola cheese. And I fucking barely made it through. I didn't even fucking finish it. And it's amazing how much, like, it's so filling.
I wonder what that is. Like what happens during processing? Is it just the loss of nutrient? I don't know.
I have an answer for you, but I don't think it's right. Or I don't know if it's right. That's the thing. But I know fresh food there's a correlation with fresh food and like the God damn it, I think it's the release of insulin, which aids in the feeling of feeling full. And so it's like, that's kind of like, if you've ever heard of like your dessert stomach, how it's like when you eat a meal, it's like you're full, but the thought of eating like some cookies or ice cream is like nothing.
Yeah.
I might be getting this wrong, but I want to say there's something to do with the release, like when you eat fresh food that doesn't like spike your insulin. It's something like that. I want to say it has something to do with insulin, but I could be wrong.
Okay. So for all intent and purpose, this is speculation, you know, but I was also wondering if it was like not water content, because I feel like you're just getting juicier ass food.
You are. And okra is like 90% water, 80 or 70. It's like a high percentage. I don't remember for sure, but yeah,
I mean, at least some percentage of it, I guess, is maybe you're a little fuller because you're eating them big fat fucking juicy tomatoes.
Well, and it's just, for lack of a better word, it's all thicker. Like the tomatoes are like, instead of being like as liquidy, they're like more gelatinous. And like the okra is like crunchier. Everything, the cucumbers were, instead of being less watery, they were like thicker, you know? And it's like, so I don't know. I don't know where that difference comes from. Like, I don't know if it's because these are heirloom seeds or if it's because they're just naturally grown, well-nourished plants. But there is a difference there. And I don't know. That's kind of the quest I'm on currently, is it's diving into all of this.
Man, hey, also, listen, if you're an expert nutritionalist, reach out. We'd love to have an episode.
Yeah. I'm sure I've said so many things and they're like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck
up. No. That's a commonly that's disproven in 1965.
Yeah.
As with anything, take what we say with a grain of salt.
Yeah. And one I think that's important to do so is like I was talking about earlier with the health. Don't just believe people. That's my statement for anything. And my birth chart really just explained that in detail, but I don't trust anyone anyway. I mean, like, period. And like when I do finally trust someone, they're probably in my life for the rest of my fucking life by that point.
Yeah.
But like, just don't trust. Just find your own. Look up things for yourself.
That Taurus, it's that Cancer moon, dude, that you got.
I got to re-listen to that, dude. I did kind of die a little bit. Like after eating Cracker Barrel, like I was all like processing and amped and like running all through it. And then I had that big ass Cracker Barrel meal. And I don't really remember past 7 p.m. last night.
Yeah, you wrote me, you were like, this meal drowned me.
It did. It drowned me. Like, I think we finished like rewatching Hellier. I think. But I can't tell you for sure if we finished it and if that was last night or a night before. I don't remember.
So if you would like to peek into this and hear us have our charts read, that's going to start next week. I believe it's starting with my chart and then we'll move into Macy's chart, I think is how we decided to do that.
Yeah. And also because you have a lot of the explanations. So your chart reading goes on a good bit longer, but it's very like
basic.
Yeah, she's laying shit down.
Yeah. And then in yours, she also, it was amazing. She also kind of briefly retouched on what it meant because if you're like us and you knew dick shit
Nothing.
About it, besides Leos are narcissists and Aquariuses they're lizard people, you know.
Yeah, they're aliens.
Then, you know, just join us for the next couple of weeks. And I think our next experience episode is probably going to be Reiki. We're probably going to sit down and do Reiki.
Dude, I fucking want to. There's also in at Yama Yoga in Canton, they do like, and I've talked about it before, they do the sound therapy, like with the forks and whatnot, like the vibrational sound therapy. And I know for a fucking fact I will leave my body. Yeah. And I want to do it. So I respond so intensely to sound. And I want to do that so badly.
You know, and it's funny because the purpose of these experience episodes is to go into something and to kind of report back our honest feelings on it. You know, whether or not it turned us from believers into skeptics or turned us from skeptics into believers or what. But like that's where I'm coming at Reiki from. I am so into it. I'm already like such a believer. I've heard all of these stories about how it did this and it felt like this and blah, 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 blah. And I've had it very briefly done, but a whole session I'm really looking forward to. And I'm going to try my hardest to not be biased on stuff like that. But so we can get the people the information, you know?
Yeah. Demystify it. And that was one of the things we talked about in the chart reading episode was that if this is something that you've been nervous about or intimidated by, like that's why we do this. And we will put ourselves out there and we'll do it and let you know. So it's not quite as scary. If you are someone like me, who's a little bit more non-trusting, perhaps not willing to share or dip your toe into something you're not sure about, we'll go through it, you know, and you can kind of learn and hopefully we'll take some of the fear out of it.
And a big part for me, at least, that some people might connect with is I get so overwhelmed by if I even wanted to do a birth chart reading, I would Google birth chart readings and 400 results would come back. And I would be like, I don't know who, and I would just shut the browser and never think about it again. So the fact that we, you know, have someone that we can kind of point you in the direction to, if you like her style and this, that, and the other, then it really kind of helps narrow the list down, I think.
Which I do just want to say, y'all haven't like heard it yet, but she was great. It's Amber Energy Services. Very good teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like really, it was super great, enjoyable. We spent maybe 7 hours together recording those 2 episodes, and it was a blast.
She also does shadow readings, like
dude,
the kind of deeper, darker part, which Macy and I are also going to do. We're not
recording those sessions, but we will like to do it. And we were like, well, it'd be cool to do it and then do an episode
and
talking about it.
Yeah.
But even she was like, I won't do it. Yeah. I'm not doing it.
Which I really,
I
was gonna say I super respected that. The fact that she was like, even if you asked me to, I wouldn't be cool.
I'm not.
And I was like, hell yeah, dude. But yeah, she does that. She does like life purpose. She even does one. It's for your baby's birthday.
I love that so much. She was like, people give them as baby shower gifts, and it's like she will like record an explanation of the upcoming child's chart. And I think that's amazing. I think that is so.
Or I guess they do have to be born.
Yeah, I suppose so. But like, they'll need the birth time and location and all of that. But she will. I just think that's really, really neat. And it could be useful to know for your wee one.
Great way to like learn how to communicate things with your child. If this is something that resonates with you and you believe in it or whatever, so check it out. And I guess we need to stop talking about it because it's all going to be in the next episode.
We're
all
very,
I want to do.
This is very fresh for us.
Like, all I want to do is talk about it.
We wrapped up mine yesterday, so we have thoughts. But also, so I think we have some Patreon news that we could go ahead and talk about. So next week, Patreons, y'all can be on the lookout for those who are on the 3 and up who get the spells. Charlie and me are going to be doing our Enneagrams. And those are going to be our like kind of like blog video, and we're going to do mine and Charlie's going to do hers, but we're going to do them together. So that'll be coming out soon. I'm very excited for that because I don't know anything about them at all.
Yeah. I know that Kim said she's a 6.
I want to say Lyra's a 6. I don't know. But I'm very interested in it, so we're going to do that. Also, patrons, fucking listen, today, 2nd episode, Ghost Antagonizers. It's coming for you. Dropping. Check it out. This is also for 3+ in Patreon, and there's still the first episode there. So if you want to fucking join, and it's great. It's a good time.
I heard that Rocco and Laser take on the case of Lucius McElroy, eater of children.
Eater of children, criminal.
That dude, criminal.
That's my favorite word.
Is my favorite. Yeah, out of that whole slew. Criminal.
I was grasping for straws at that point. And that's the thing, y'all. This is completely improv work. We script nothing. There's not even, it's just Charlie and me having a good time. And we have a tremendous editor who can turn it into something good. And again, and I'm going to change. I said, apparently it's Rich's Kitchen. Even though I'm very confused. Anyway, I'm going to put a link for his channel because you got to, y'all need to find it. But it's
yeah.
Fine.
We talk.
YouTube's
so much
a big
Richard.
place.
Yeah. I like search Richard's Kitchen, and there's like actually a dude who's like a chef and shows you how to make things.
Yeah. So I'm going to link it and in this episode. But yeah, that's coming out today. It's a good time. It's fucking stupid, but Patreons, if you are, y'all be on the lookout, hop on Patreon, which by the way, dude, this is not like a plug, but I downloaded the Patreon app for the first time.
Yeah.
It's great.
Is it a good app?
Yes. It's a good app.
I don't know what the fuck that was. Is it a good app? I had it way back when, and I remembered they must have improved it because it was slightly hard to navigate.
It makes it easier, like, because I'm a Patreon for a couple folks, and like you get notifications on your phone when new content is dropped and things like that, which is what I need because I'm not one to keep up with stuff like that very well. So there is that, and that's like we don't get a kickback or anything from it. But if you want to get announcements like when Rocco and Laser are slided into your email, you can just download the app and it'll let you know right when they show up.
Right when you said when Rocco and Laser are slid into your email, a can of roach spray came to mind.
Necessary.
Yeah.
Grody. And we've also, and I do want to talk about this. This is something that you and me were we were scheming on a little bit, and it's something I would like to start doing. It might be in the next couple months, but we've been chewing on the idea, and I'm curious to know, y'all can maybe sound off in the Patreon group if you'd be interested in it. But we've been talking about doing some we do a drawing, and every month Charlie and me do some readings for you guys.
Yeah.
I love that. Charlie and me each do one, so it'd be 2 of you guys every single month, and we're going to be working out kind of the specifics for that.
Yeah, we got to workshop it.
We're gonna roll out, and I'm excited to share it with you guys, though.
Man. Yeah, man. Because I love doing the on a couple of our vlogs, we've done readings, and and twice now, I think I've done like a community read or a read for the collective.
Yeah.
I really enjoy doing that.
I'm a better reader for other people. My runes are excellent for reading for other people. They like to read they don't like to be touched or dealt with by other people, but they like to talk to other people. And I don't know. I just feel like I'm better at it. I'm a better diviner when it comes to others instead of myself. And I'm really excited about it. Oh, and one more announcement. I keep forgetting. We are going to start. So if you were present for the great Facebook Coven Live fuck up of 2021, to where I accidentally started the live in the public Coven, that went great. And that wasn't something that was done on purpose, but it was something very enjoyed. And so we're going to start doing quarterly free lives in the Coven to get to know y'all and to talk with you cats that aren't getting the twice a month Patreon lives, but to still interact and kind of get our fingers on the pulse of the Coven.
Oh my God. I really liked when we were doing lives at the very beginning of shutdown,
Yeah. Before I shut down emotionally. Yes.
Yeah. I really enjoyed doing those. And yeah, I don't know. I think it was a good time. It was hilarious, by the way, to just slowly discover what had happened.
Yeah.
Because we were like, there's so 90 people here. What the hell?
Why are there so many buttery hot virgins here?
But, all right. So I guess that's Patron updates.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I guess for the public Coven lives, we'll just announce a little bit ahead of time. Again, we'll do it quarterly. Yeah. And we'll just pop in and be like, all right, y'all, live is going to be this date. A few days from now, come party with us. Get your snacks.
Oh boy,
ready your words.
Ready your words. Yeah, that's another thing is we do 2 Mad Libs for each live stream, and they're always a good time. We let you guys choose the word.
The first one was much calmer than the second one.
Yeah. The second one was downright NC-17.
Yeah, it was. It's a good time.
Well, anyway, on that note, Macewad.
Yeah.
If you'll go to your Facebook. Go to Facebook.
You sent me the review.
Well, God damn it. I was going to do a whole thing, but yeah, I sent you the review.
You sent it to me like 2 hours ago.
I know.
Of course I saw it.
But I was going to do a whole bean thing. But you go to your Facebook, www.facebook.com. You really took the wind out of my sails here, bro.
I did. But listen, I'm going to read it to you. This was sent by either Saggy Jazzy or Sagi Jazzy. I like both. Titled, Fantastical Show, Truly.
Oh. Truly. Sponsored by Truly.
Sponsored by Truly. You guys remember when we said that? Longtime listener and supporter of the show. I learn something new every week. It's like sitting down and having a convo with friends. Keep it up, ladies. Would love an episode on mermaid and siren lore. Oh, this one's complete with a suggestion.
Oh, I love that. I love a suggestion.
I do love it. I need a suggestion.
I would love to talk about like a spooky soda episode. That would be fucking chill.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Also, your cadence through that it was such a roller coaster. It gave me anxiety.
Yeah. I was going.
Long time listener and so
I slipped into Rocco and then slipped into radio DJ and then back into Rocco. Yeah. A little bit of Peter Lewis.
Criminal.
You never know what you get with me. It's the Leo Rising.
Yeah. Okay, if you'd like to send us an email, we have an email address where you can send your advertising inquiries. If you are a described expert in something and you would maybe like to be showcased on the show one of these days, talking about something that you know deeply, or if you just want to write us an email and say, you can do that at wbahpodcast@gmail.com. We also have a Facebook where you can come dine on okra with us, slimy okra. And that is at
Witch Amateur Hour.
No Bitch on Facebook.
Nope.
We have an Insta Jim where Jim is sliding around inside. He's micro-sized himself. He's climbed inside of an okra and he's just jiggling in the slime.
He is the slime. Jim is mucilage.
Oh,
he is inside you.
He's
inside every one of you. Every time you eat an okra, every time you drink some throat coat tea, you are consuming Jim. And he's just given your heart a slimy little hug, and he's just really just sliding all over your esophagus, all the way down.
It's really Jim who's giving you that wop.
Yeah, it is. Which, God bless him.
God, I mean, hey, listen. Sometimes if you throw enough shit at the wall, something's gonna stick.
You know, I mean, I'm pro Jim. I think Jim's a good guy. I think Jim he's dealt maybe a bit of a strange hand, but he only has one hand at this point. But I think he's making
the one hand that he has is definitely strange.
It's strange. It's chilly.
Yeah,
he's got a chilly finger. You know, but he's a good guy.
Yeah, he tried.
He wants to make that WAP good. You know, he's there to help you do that, you know?
Oh, the mental images. Oh boy. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, if you're interested in that, that's our Instagram
we post fucking sometimes.
Listen, we're gonna get better. That is like sort of my hold me accountable for this, dude. That is my mission for this upcoming week.
Well, here's the thing. I'm fine with my own, but I'm so intimidated with our WBAH Instagram because it's grown so much.
I just don't
want to fucking 10,000 people, you know, and that stresses me out. I guess for some reason.
You know, I don't know. I guess boring posts or whatever would be better than no posts. So
well, I think you're right. When I think it stresses me out a little bit because people follow me for old lady fucking cottage shit, and you know, like people follow you for like glam shit. So you know what you're getting into, you know. But when I like do a post on the WBAH Instagram and I'm like, oh, look at my chickens, I'm like, they don't give a shit. That's why people follow me because they know I just post old lady bullshit.
Dude, what if we just individually posted to WBAH and we made it a game?
Take over, yeah. You know, guess who?
Guess who posted this, and people can just at who they think posted that.
Ooh, that could be fun because then we could start trying to be like each other, you know, and like trying to be sneaky about it.
Yeah,
you know?
I'll post like a picture of a needle and thread and be like, stitch some witchcraft into some blah blah blah, and then everybody, and then they'll be like Macy, and I'll be like, gotcha, bitch.
No, it's me.
It was me the whole time.
Oh my God.
That's the Leo sun is what that is.
But I guess we could say in the meantime, if you do want to see some shit, you can follow our personal Instagrams. Charlie is at y_Charlie_Y. Yeah. I'm at Macy Anise. It looks like mayonnaise. Yeah.
What else? We have a Twitter where we don't really tweet, although I think today I retweeted Atticus Jackson's tweet about something.
That's all I could ask for, honestly. That's fine.
At Bitch Hour.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You can see what Corey says about us over there on Twitter.
Oh boy. Corey, by the way, who just, according to his own Twitter, when he's not tweeting for us, he sometimes tweets for himself, just finished wrapping up recording with Mama Kim's podcast. So
I know.
This episode will be out soon. Also, please, speaking of podcasts, if you haven't heard it already, please go listen to
Who, Which, Where
podcast. Also, Season of the Witch podcast with Rowan, which we were also on, and it is just in general a wonderful podcast. So
it's a good time.
What else do we have? How else can we plug?
This is a news heavy episode, man. There's a lot of fucking
news.
So much news.
Coming in hot with news.
I don't know. I feel like that has to be it. I don't feel like there's anything more we could possibly spew out of our mouths. Oh, God damn it. Oh. Fucking A, on a Hottest Purpose. Coming up September.
We're not going.
Yeah. Quite on the contrary, we have purchased our fucking plane tickets.
Oh,
so
yeah.
not only are we going, we are really going now. And we're both coping with the knowledge that in about 60 or so odd days, we're going to be on a 30,000 feet in the air. I want to vomit. But any hoozle, we're going to be there. It's going to be a great time. We have a code if you want to go and experience Anahata's purpose for yourself. The code WBAH will get you $10 off that ticket, brah.
Come hang out with me. Come hang out with Macy. Come hang out with Mama Kim. Come hang out with all the beans that are going. Unfortunately, I'm not for total certain who everybody else, or else I would list
quite a few
by name.
Quite a few. Come join the bean can. There's a whole fucking bean can. There are beans in the campground. There's beans in the cabins. Beans in the trap. They're everywhere.
Beans in the trap. Beans in the trap.
So if you can't go, we're so looking forward to seeing y'all. Seriously, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm like, no, I'm probably not going to hug any of you, but I will be so happy to be there with you. Listen to my birth chart episode. Everything will make sense.
Yeah. And I'll be the one that you find peeing in the woods in the middle of the night. I'll be like the gremlin that is running around at 3 a.m. That'll be
it's that Pisces rising, dude. You're just already kind of an alien.
Yeah, me and fucking Lyra will be out just fucking. Oh, Lyra as well. God damn it, Lyra.
Oh yeah. I just forgot to. It's like she's so ingrained in coming with us. Like she's literally flying with us. It's like I didn't even think to mention it. Yeah,
she's basically
Lyra's going to be there.
The manager of WBAH.
She does a lot for us, and so she's going to be there. I can't fucking wait for that.
There was some questions in the Discord, which, by the way, crafts and baths, laughs, crafts and baths. I believe. I don't know. I'll link to the Discord down below. So.
You know, I downloaded Discord. Yeah. I actually have the app on my phone.
Yeah.
But I've not progressed any further than that.
I'll send it to you.
Because I have the app. And send me the name, and I'll actually do it. But I did take that step. I'm proud of you. Download the app.
I am so proud of you. And listen, everyone over there is going to know your Mennonite Luddite struggle.
Luddite.
Yeah. So everyone will be very, very kind and very gentle. However, somebody was remarking a while back, they were like, I must have missed it. I know that we love her. I know that she's a queen, but who is Lyra?
Yeah, that is kind of funny because we've known Lyra for a very long time, but especially when the prince started becoming a thing is when she really, I feel like, became more of a staple in conversation and being talked about. And just she helps out WBAH quite a bit.
She's the third. She's like the third host of WBAH.
She's the shadow. Keeps it creatively fresh. She's a big creative breath of fresh air for us, and also an excellent friend. And so she has
and a water baby.
And a water Punani
crying. What did we say about Lyra? That she's created all of the ocean water.
That's what we were talking about. If your elemental, your signs really just made you replenish the element. So it's like all water babies just sit on the coast crying tears into the ocean. That's what ocean water is. The tears of water signs.
Yeah. I love that.
And I loved how all of her memes she sent us last night were wide open mouth, screaming, crying animals. Every single one of them was crying, except for the Pisces rising, which was that cat looking like ready AF to party.
Yeah. And I love the fucking Leo sun was just that buff cat.
Stupid.
Okay, we should wrap up the episode here. I think we've jammed all of the info here at the end. So if you're one of the people who listens and then as soon as the topic is over, you deuce out, you're going to miss out on all this information.
You're going to miss out on a lot. You know what? Listen to the whole thing.
Yeah. So if anybody has any questions, you know what? Just listen to the whole thing. Just do it.
Sometimes you even get a little nibble after the credits. You never know. You always do if Charlie edits it. But sometimes if I do, because I forget all the time to put that there.
It is like when I edit, it's half listening to the episode to make sure that it sounds okay, but most of all, it's listening for weird noises to put at the end. Yeah. All right, let's wrap up. Let's go home. I am fucking starving. I'm gonna go get some okra, dude, because you've got me some okra. And I'm also gonna dye my hair tonight on a whim. So I'll see you later.
What colors? Wait, don't fuck you. You can't just say that and then leave.
I'm doing deep green on one side and smoky gray on the other side.
Oh, you're gonna look like the Riddler. That's gonna be badass.
Oh, sweet.
If it turns kind of lavendery purple, I feel like you're gonna look like the Riddler. Yeah. That's gonna be cool. Well, are you talking like a sagey green or like a green?
Well, It's supposed to be sort of a deeper huntery green.
Okay, so like a darker green.
We'll see how it turns out.
Well, that's going to be fucking slick. I'm excited about it. You're going to have to post it. You're going to have to post it on your gram.
I will right after my other hair post about this sick ass shag I got. So
you did get a good cute shag.
I am. And from here, I'm going to go straight into a mullet.
Please don't.
Dude, they're in.
I don't give a fuck. That's just not, some things don't need to be in.
I love them. I think anyone with a mullet, it is so hot. Now, I'm not talking about
problem. That's all I get. Say, I know what you're about to say. You're not going to be like, not like the country fucking mullets. Listen to me. I live in the fucking country. And every time I go to the fucking gas station, I see some like squirrely dude with a greasy ass mullet and like a Canadian tuxedo on.
Daddy.
And it's just like, God damn it to hell. I can't stand it. But yeah, if you're talking like runway glam, sure, like a shag mullet, fine.
Not what I see.
I see none of that.
I'm not talking about the unironic mullet. Okay, I've had enough of those to last a lifetime. I'm talking the hot sort of Bowie-esque ass mullet.
That's what, like that's kind of what I pick, like a glam mullet. It's like kind of like, it's a shag mullet.
Yeah.
Fine, I guess.
Listen, you call it whatever you want to make yourself feel better.
I'm okay with that one, but that's just the problem is that I'm swimming in a sea of unironic mullets and it makes me jaded.
I'm going to do it. And I'm also going to start wearing all denim. And I'm going to get myself a big ass loud belt buckle and I'm just going to become your nightmare.
Yeah, but you'd be doing it ironically. That's the thing. I'm okay with it. It's that would be fine. That would honestly be kind of fucking brilliant. That'd be great. I'd support it.
I'd love it.
But I know that in your heart, you know that I know,
I'm leaving now.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I'm good, Superintendent Mallory Foreskin.